What's up, guys? We live. Can we get a share? How's everybody doing tonight?
Make sure you guys like, comment, share. Let's get as many heads in here as we can. And with tonight, what it's all about, Mr. Mickey Bourbon.
What's goody?
Facts. Volume 34. We getting tuned up. We want you guys to give us a share if possible on your social medias if you could. We have almost 10 heads in here right now. We'd like to get that number up a little bit for Mr. Bourbon before we get started.
Share that shit, man. I want to see tons of people in here talking shit about me 2 hours from now when I look at it.
Make sure my shit's off here. All right, guys. The numbers are going down because we ain't saying shit. All right, here we go. We're going to get right into it. Guys, welcome to Behind the Grind, Volume 34. I am your host, Trip B.
And I'm Johnny Concepts.
Yes, sir. We're going to continue to keep peeling back the curtain on some of your favorite grind mode affiliates. Today, we got the homie, the whiskey guy, Mr. Rocker Set, Mr. OTRE. What's good, Mickey?
Legends only. What's goody, fam? Thanks for having me in.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
It's been a long time coming. You've been trying to get in for a while. So, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's okay. I just love me some me. So my narcissistic ass wanted attention as soon as possible.
I was trying to get you on too. Yeah, we
so it's just Johnny who was like, nah, don't put that fucking guy in here.
No, listen. I have no pull at all. So it's all Trip, A-OK, and the big guy.
Johnny has pull. All right, here we go, guys. I'm gonna get into a little Cypher verse of Mickey's so you can get familiar with the artist that he is. I got two Cypher verses. I'm gonna play one of them right now. Give me a second to share, guys. 1 second. Bang. Isn't that shit fresh? Isn't that little commercial fresh? We're gonna clear screen.
That shit look good, man.
Right. Hold on. Sure. My thing's doing something here. I gotta stop screen first. It said I'm already sharing the screen.
Just the music of it sounds like I need that when I enter a room. Just a
big fact.
So just so the viewers know here, we're gonna do it like we always do at 8:30. We're gonna hit you with rapid fire. And then right after that, we're going to do questions from the fans. And that segment will go as long as you guys choose it to be. So if you've got a lot of questions, the longer it will be. So
drop them in the commies. Drop some commies. Let's get a share. Let's drop some commies. Drop some GMEs. All right, guys, we're going to get into this. This is Mickey's verse from Beast from the East, Volume 18. This joint was produced by Loft with a Beatsmith.
My first shit right here. It's my first GME Cypher.
This is Mickey Bourbon's debut on the GME Grind Mode Cypher. This premiered on October 23rd, 2019. We're rocking about 27,000 plus views on this joint. How does that feel?
We got to pump those numbers. Those are rookie numbers in the Grind Mode video spectrum. Damn, we can just lie and put in there that Webby's in the background. Behind a curtain, and that'll put another 600K on there. That's what we'll do.
Big facts. Hey, 28,000 views is nothing to scoff at.
No, it's fuck no. That's fucking beautiful. But in the grind mode spectrum, you got some videos out there 1 million plus.
Big facts. All right, guys, let's get into it. Oops.
Mind blown, close to the grindstone, bitches grind mode. Nightmare on Main Street is Michael to Myers. When I say I bring the pumping in for bicycle tires, Rocker Set Razor, I testify. I'm about to catch bodies like a corporate exercise. Trust fall, and thus far y'all suck balls. Powers like Magneto, I fucking abduct balls. Crazy white boy, I ain't never gonna act right. Sodomize your wife with a rusty old flashlight. Got that iron lung like I smoke out of bagpipes. Rappers breathing hard like they smoke out of crack pipes. I'm the only dude brought a knife to the place. You ain't gotta go to Sparrow, get a slice to the face. If you ain't heard of bourbon, you need to just listen. My flow is always nice like a pediatrician. Too many snakes in the grass, turn my yard to gravel. Bring a hammer down like a motherfucking gavel.
Fire. A lot of punches in that one. That was a good debut, man.
That was a great debut, honestly.
I couldn't be more ecstatic that Frankie dragged me into that because I really had zero knowledge about grind mode. I had no desire to. We fucked around in rap years before, so I had no desire to even rap seriously. And he was like, "Yo, I'm telling you, I showed Lingo some of your old shit. I've been around mad long. He's taking my word for it. You gotta fucking cut." I was like, "Okay, let's go." And then when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, this is lit. This is something more than, you know what I mean?" I thought Frankie was gonna bring me to some dude basement with some fucking neon lights in a disco ball, and they were gonna be passing the same blunt around. Like, oh man, no, that shit was litty.
Facts.
That's what's up.
Facts. That's cool. So since we're here right now, and before we get into Mickey Bourbon, why don't you talk about that first grind mode experience a little bit? Like you said, you pulled up. Maybe you were thinking that you were going to like one of his homies' basements or whatever, and
yeah. And, well, I had seen Frankie's, like he had done a few bars at the beach, a few of those, and that didn't like have a crowd turnout behind it, you know, because everybody was just lined up on the beach, maybe 15, 20 heads. So I just kind of thought this was like a clique getting together trying to build something. And I just didn't do my investigation because I literally, if I wasn't buying a mixtape from a store at that time, I wasn't listening to rap. That's literally, I would go to the same spot in the hood, buy the same $5 mixtapes, get like 8 of them. And that's where I was hearing all my freestyles, my shit like that, you know? That was back when like Ransom from Jersey and Papoose was dropping a freestyle every fucking week and a half. And I was like, I got to get the next one. But when I got there, the experience was like, first of all, the first thing I assumed was like when you're in the streets and you're rapping, oh, if I out-rap somebody, they gonna want to fight, be stupid, start some shit. They go big heads in here. You know what I mean? And everybody was all love. Like when you walked in, it was all like artists respected artists. And you know what I mean? It wasn't like you got to be shy in a corner. Motherfuckers was right out their shell. Hey, you Frankie's brother, right? What's good? Pace One was there. I didn't even know he was supposed to be there because Frankie being Frankie didn't even tell me. My girl's over there drinking with Pace One and his girl. And I'm like, you know who the fuck that is, right? And she's like, no, he's a nice guy, though. And I'm like, you're drinking with Pace One right now. Just to let you know. But Lingo introduced himself. He was cool as hell. He kind of gave me the rundown, which was cool, too. He didn't just throw me on stage like, figure that shit out. It was literally, this is how the order's going to go. This is what you need to do. You know, look directly at the cameras. Don't fucking switch your hat around. Do stupid shit that's going to be noticeable. And, you know, so it was definitely after that experience, I was fucking sold. I was like, yo, this is something bigger. And then my ass went home I went to the hotel that night and then started Googling and went, oh, you're a fucking moron.
You went down the grind mode wormhole after that?
Dead ass. The same way people go Fahrenheit 9/11. I was going Fahrenheit lingo A-OK.
Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. All right, Mickey Bourbon, the man, the myth, Mr. Whiskey God, legends only.
Yes.
Tell the people a little bit about yourself, how you took the name Mickey Bourbon, where you represent, how you got into hip hop, etc.
So I grew up here in New Jersey. Belmar is where I hail from, same as Frankie. Spent a few years living in Neptune and Asbury. After that, I, got out on my own for the most part. But from there, like rapping wasn't like I did it with Frankie fucking off at his house while he was really he was serious and trying to build with it. I never did much with it. So I just kept moving on with life without it and stuff. Between Belmar, Asbury and all that, nobody else really raps from around here like that. Everybody, you don't even get motherfuckers who are YouTube rappers, really. You got dudes either on the corners rapping or you got that one really whack kid at a party and you got to tell them out loud, whoever's telling you you're good is fucking lying. But outside of that, it was just literally me and Frankie, were like the main people rapping around here.
Cool.
Yo, not to interrupt you guys and shit, but I just got a text from my wife. I got an emergency upstairs. My son just put something down the toilet he shouldn't have. So we got water flooding everywhere. So I'll be right back.
Right,
hey, best luck. Respect the drip.
Right. Oh man, yo, I kind of brought that on him. I think. Remember?
Yeah, you said it right before with the yep.
Oh, I said that's the whole flood right there.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, say that about money in my house.
Yeah.
And see if money just shows the fuck up in my grip.
Yeah,
all right,
your residence is overwhelmed with abundance of riches right now, my friend.
Now somebody gonna break in and rob my shit tonight. It's gonna be like every one of those horror stories about fucking genies giving nothing but evil wishes out. You know what I mean? That's how it's gonna go.
You gonna wake up to a doll under your bed and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, something.
Nah. I lived in Asbury, where it was pretty fucked up for a certain amount of years in the fucking early 90s there. So doll under my bed is the least of the fucking concerns. I'm gonna look at that shit like who left this here, and I'm gonna yell at somebody in the house.
Start playing with it and shit.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I always play with dolls, duh. As soon as you walk past one.
So back to hip hop, man. How did you find hip hop? Like, was hip hop always a part of your life? Was it always in the household? Was it something that came in at a certain point?
No, to be honest, up until I was like 12, I was actually like a grunge and metal kid and stuff. But you know, when you're that young, you aren't heavy music. Right. And when I moved to Neptune with my mom got me back from my grandparents. She finally was like allowed custody again. We moved to Neptune, and I was writing poetry. And what happened, I was in middle school, and they found my poetry book and started roasting the shit out of me. Oh, pretty boy got some fucking poetry. Roasted me. That same day, the dudes who was roasting me was in a Cypher outside the bus stop, and they were just going in, and I was like, I could do that shit. I literally went home that night, wrote like fucking maybe 8 bars, and repeated it 700 times, and showed up at the bus stop the next day, and I fucking bodied people, and they were like, oh my God, white boy got you, a little skinny 12-year-old nerd wearing like ripped grunge pants with a fucking flannel tied around my waist. And after that, the rest was history. Dudes literally took me in, started hanging with me, and next thing you know, I'm fucking doing completely stupid shit and wild. But either way, it was that hip hop was like, that was it. I started discovering everything possible. You know, more than just the Coolio video they played on repeat on MTV. Like, I was like, especially because like right in the bodegas, they had the mixtapes, and I always like buy a pack of gum and be like, I don't know what the fuck's on those CDs, you know. And after that, I saw dudes I was hanging with buying them. I'm like, let me start cracking these open and seeing these, you know. And that's right when Biggie Ready to Die came out, and it was just go hard from there with hip hop. It was like junkie for that shit, and I was always known as the dude with like the 400 CD book in his house. And like, you know, just always like heard shit a month and a half before LimeWire and all that. Like, I heard it before everybody else. Like, I was already rapping the shit that they were trying to show me.
Right. Yeah, been on this from the bodegas. That's dope. Mickey and Johnny, I just want to take a time out. Let's say what's up to some of the people we got here in the room. I see Details in the room. What's up? Affidavit.
Details.
Yes, sir. Lazy Big, what's good?
What's goody, fam?
Nate, what's good? Ali, what's good? Frankie, Ron Osborne, a Russian name I cannot read. Salute.
Love is love.
Big facts. Love is love. Sneaky Smurf. Hello. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My Dukes might be in here. Guns might be in here still. A-OK, what's good?
What's good, A-OK?
Can I just say my wife completely exaggerated about what was going on upstairs?
Okay. Oh. That's good though.
My son did flush something down the toilet, but she grabbed it before. I thought I was going upstairs to a fucking river in my fucking bathroom. But
right.
Well, right.
A couple drops on the floor. You've pissed more on the floor than there was.
Right. It actually rinsed some of the piss off.
I decided to go over there, unclog the shit, and then call it a day. Huh?
That was a trick text, and she got him up there just to tell him that he left the seat up again. just definitely snuck in on him like, you left it up, asshole.
She didn't say anything. She just pointed and head down. He had it. Man, put the fucking seat down and shit. You never leave it up for me.
All right, this is about Mickey Bourbon.
Yeah, Johnny, you got a question?
Okay. Look, interview or not, I'll just sit here and drink my fucking whiskey and just bullshit with you guys all night and forget there's people watching. But
it's all right. Johnny, you got a question for Mickey?
So I don't know what I missed while I was gone, but I suppose like you started talking about your origins. So where did the name Mickey Bourbon come from?
So believe it or not, I lived in a Puerto Rican household from the age of 12 to about 16. My mom was kind of on her own thing for a few years, and they were friends of the family. So we didn't do the court thing, all that. They literally just said, we'll take him in. Made me learn Spanish and everything. But the big thing is they couldn't say Mikey. And I've been a Mikey my whole life. And they just kept going, Mickey, Mickey, mira, ven aquí. You know what I mean? And it was just all the time. And that came of it. And then literally like drinking age, that was literally the first thing is fucking, I fell in love with Henny and Maker's Mark. Henny, I'm allergic to Hennessy, it turns out. So I break out in handcuffs every time I drink it. So it literally became primarily bourbon. So I drink tons of bourbon and Irish whiskey. And just that was literally, and I've had people at parties like, you got bourbon, right? That's you? Like, yeah. And I'll pour somebody a cup, let's share with them. Right. So it just became two things, Mickey Bourbon, especially because, you know, Aunt Sanchez is my boy. I grew up in his household. And, he would be doing it in front of people, joking and shit. Mickey, hey, Mickey, you know, making fun of me and shit. So it was like, then it just started happening more and more. And, you know, it became primarily a rap name or like people like in the hood I was directly around. But as soon as I get around my family, they're like, what's this Mickey thing I'm seeing on YouTube and Facebook?
Right.
You know, but.
So just something that you started to embrace after a while.
Yeah, exactly. I just stuck with it.
Yeah. Like, it really is a dope rap name. I've always really liked it from the very first day that I heard about you. So that was actually my first thing I said. I was like, that's a dope rap name.
Look, I like concepts too, though. That was definitely a good one, and it stands out like mad love too, because I know a couple cynicals, but it's just like something happened in the you know hip hop culture where motherfuckers use that heavily, or they, you know what I mean. There's certain ones that so concepts isn't one that hasn't been heavily robbed. Yeah. You know, and I'm not saying any of the ones I got mad love for them. I got mad friends. That was a terrible example. I'm not trying to roast that, but that's just one of those names that everybody grabs, you know? Yeah. And they probably don't mean to. They just writing shit and they like, hey, I'm a cynical fuck. And they, you know, start rapping or somebody calls them cynical, but now that they're in the community and online and social media, they're probably looking at it like, fuck, man, now I got five
I think I'm partial to like the double name too, like the two names, like the Mickey and Bourbon. I don't know. I like I like two name rappers, I guess.
Yeah, the name.
So he's kind of partial to you, Trip, but it's technically a letter.
Yeah, no, Trip it doesn't. He said that because he knows for a fact it doesn't apply to me. So that's why he's saying it.
This time it wasn't like that. All right.
Yeah. I know a shot when I feel it in my heart, bro. It was a dig right to the fucking heart, bro.
Yeah, Mickey Bourbon, it turned out to be, it almost works like a gimmick name. It really does. And, you know, it's funny because the name and the fact that I do drink quite a bit, but I don't drink heavily like that no more. So it almost pulled me into a stereotype because when I'm at shows and shit, motherfuckers is already like, yo, I bought you a double. Like, damn, like, no, I got to drive home when this bitch is done tonight. And, you know, I'm an hour and a half away. I can't one-eye that shit for 4 miles. Is fucking an hour and 40 minutes from Bronx.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that kind of sucks, huh? But you can start doing like when you get old after you made it and you're in Vegas and shit, you can just start filling up those Maker Mark bottles with some Arizona iced tea and just start going ham on it and shit. And then
I'm gonna do that now because it's cheaper. These fuckers, this ain't. I mean, it's still cheap liquor in terms of motherfuckers be buying expensive ass shit. I ain't buying expensive shit when you know the whole fucking purpose is just to get drunk.
Right. Maker's Mark.
I'm not gonna get drunk and buy a fucking, you know, fucking $300 fucking bottle of Casamigos. Like, fuck you. Right. No, I'm gonna piss that out.
Yeah. Facts.
And I'm not this guy with the sifter.
Yeah. No, that's me. Yeah.
No, I'm shot to make sure my liver hurts and I pass out early and wake up early. That's my thing.
That's another thing real quick I wanted to get to before we get back to the real interview is that we're staying up past your bedtime tonight, huh?
Big time. Yo, we're stupid late. I'm already dead ass watching old episodes of Law and Order right now. Fucking,
I'm being serious too. Like we're being dead serious.
If I got a show and shit, I can stay out at the show till 2-3 a.m. and push through. There's no fucking purpose. And look at your most successful people in the world. You're Bill Gates, you're Jeff Bezos. Those guys, they literally have said in interviews they're in bed by 7:30. What happens and goes down? Yeah. It's cool to say it. Oh shit, I was up till I'm up till 3 every night working in the lab. You're not productive. You're tired as fuck. You're a fucking zombie the next day. What killer bars are you really? I mean, you might come up with a cool concept because you're overtired and delirious, but. It's just I get more done, you know. Fuck that. We got big boy shit to do in our lives, you know what I mean? This is what happens when you become an older rapper. If I was 20 on here, I'd be like, Bugging out, popping off. Let's go.
Right. And that concludes our interview.
He just made it fucking boring.
Hey, Mickey Bourbon, man. Who are some of your favorite grind mode affiliates? Maybe give me like a top 5, and maybe not in skill, just maybe some of your favorite affiliates.
Yeah, so there's no particular order because I've heard crazy shit from mad different dudes to pick them all out and order them and shit like that. So definitely Lingo, because and fuck because he runs the place. I ain't saying it because of that. I'm saying it because that dude, like, I've gone back and heard some of his ciphers and been like, why didn't I pick hearing that up on the first time? You know what I mean? My guy pulls out double, triple entendres and you don't fucking see him. I've seen him pull a subject, do 4 bars, and pull that subject back in for the next 4 bars, and it without slipping. You know what I mean? And that's a talent. Anybody who writes, definitely my little brother Frankie V. I always see that dude working hard, developing. So yeah, he's one of my favorites. Not because he's my brother, because that dude be outworking most people I even fucking know. Definitely mad love to my dude Executive. That dude is definitely talented, and not enough people show love to some of the producers. Everybody wants to talk about your favorite affiliates. What about the producer affiliates? Rez, Illuminati, Death Scar. I've seen that guy really fucking talented with stuff, and I've seen him put beats out for this shit. And definitely the dude Bofot. You want to throw Bofot in there? Bofot makes dope ass beats, and he does it strictly for the love. Yeah. That guy could go so much further with overcharging and doing things with his music. And he literally finds artists that are underground, undiscovered, and says, hey, come work with me. I heard your shit the other day. So those are just, a few of the guys there that I really, really see some shit.
For sure. That was a good list.
Yeah, it is.
And appreciate you shouting out the producers. Not a lot of people, like you said, not a lot of people do that. So,
but yeah, it just like some of the fucking engineers of this shit too. Like I worked with E-Nels like 2 months ago. Nobody shouts out the amount of engineering work when you're sitting there over somebody's shoulder and they take a minute to show you instead of just saying I'll email you this in 2 weeks. He's like, sit down. I want to show you what I'm doing. And my guy's fucking wizard in there, dude. Literally. So the engineers got to get the love too, because we just sound like a bunch of fucking idiots on our songs without them.
Yeah, big shout out to the man Lingo for engineering these grimo ciphers mixing.
Yes, yeah, the fucking video editing, the engineering, the fucking getting the clothing together and the fucking merch and the backdrops and how it looks and shit like that,
Well, we all know it takes a small army to make shit go down. And as much as
Lingo does is fucking. What's crazy that Lingo does is you got a picture. You got 5 different artists in 10 different ciphers doing this. 5 different artists recording in 5 different studios. Some of them is like their mom's bathroom. They're standing in the shower recording with a fucking $20 podcast mic. And he makes that shit same level, same quality, sound good. Anybody who's tried to temper as a fucking artist and just go in there and mix your own shit, it's no small fucking task.
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
So cheers to my dude for definitely. That's some extra shit right there. Like you got to have a knack for this to be a producer and an engineer at the same time. I think that's double trouble for anybody because there's 2 different mindsets, a mathematical and then a soul,
Now, do you see yourself doing something like that? Like, are you an engineer as well, or?
Yeah, I do training and home classes on it now. I just don't want to advertise it because I'm not good enough yet, and it doesn't show homage to the guys that put in their years of work and shit like that. So some of my freestyles that you're hearing now that I throw out there, I'm doing myself, but you can hear the lows are off. There's a fucking, I try and cheat and use a little extra reverb in there. It's, the compression isn't great. So I got a long ways to go before I even think that I'm one of those. First and foremost, I'm just an artist right now. But yeah, definitely, I'm trying to make my own beats. I do all that. I just don't advertise about it because, I just don't feel like it shows love and respect to the guys that really do it.
Right.
Yeah,
good way to look at it.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
But I mean, look, we get it as artists. How many rappers do you hear that really aren't rappers, MCs, true artists? They just figured out how to download to SoundCloud and how to record from a podcast mic somewhere, and they take away. I mean, that's the going joke right now. There's more fucking rappers than there is fans. because I would recognize if I wasn't good enough at rapping and more than just my inner circle told me, then I would be like, it's a hobby. I'm working on it. I don't want to show the disrespect and be like, I'm a fucking artist. I'm a fucking rap. I'm an MC. I'm a god.
Yeah.
No, I'm still working on it. And I'm not, but at least I can call myself a rapper. But
yeah, I think we all went through that period where when we would play it for our circle, it was like, yo, this was just like my hobby. This is something like I'm picking up and like I'm trying to work with. Like, what do you guys think?
Yeah,
so like that super critiquing, don't hate me stage, like still be my friend after you listen to this, please. But like,
and if you got the good friends, they'll be like, I didn't like it. That shit was trash. You know what I mean?
Like,
Because then that either you inspired and you go in and you work harder, or you say this ain't for me and you move on. And that's how people are built different. Unfortunately, it's a day and age where the internet builds people up. You roast somebody and say your shit's trash. They go, nah, you're just a hater.
Right.
Nah, not good is not good, my guy.
My ears
no matter where you put it.
Like, honestly, nowadays it's almost better if someone calls you trash because it's putting so much more shit on like more activity on your social media. And it's continuing to blast to more people because of
Yo, I seen an artist, and I ain't gonna shout nobody out and get him free promo. He put some shit up on IG, and man, motherfuckers was jumping in the comments. And by like the 40th comment, if somebody roasted him, my guy was like, "Thanks for all the comments and drawing people to this."
Yeah, facts.
Smart dude. Hey, I can't knock anybody's hustle. I can never hate on a guy who's using something to his advantage.
Any press is good press, my guy.
Yep.
Any press is good press.
Exactly.
So Mickey, you got any projects that you're currently working on?
Yeah, so I'm actually working up an EP right now. It's a Whiskey God EP mixtape. Not going heavy like I did Diaries of a Local Lush. Definitely putting full energy and soul into the songs, but my homie, the artist who works with me, he's also my partner in the clothing, Tony Dew. I know you guys have seen him popping up on GME shit. He just ain't ready to do a cypher yet. He just wants to learn and work on the craft. But I got him on a track with this dude 730 from New Jersey, and we discovered my dude, and he didn't even have his heart in it. And I would say he's better. He probably better than me. Even 730 is nasty. I got 2 tracks with E-Nels on there. One of them he's on. Both of them he produced, engineered. I drove all the way to Mastermind, hang with him for a night, get the vibe, work with him. And that's what I mean about showing respect to the artists and producers. Right. Literally go there and learn from their art and their craft and get their vibe and their touch on the song. But he did some nasty, grimy, angry street shit, which is like
I want to let it be known to everyone watching this in the future that you made mention of driving all the way to Mastermind, but you didn't make mention of being able to kick it with the Barrio Brothers the next fucking night.
Definitely did. That was, and it was Johnny's birthday too, man. So that was dope. Definitely get out there. No, that was a good time. I didn't want to fucking exploit it. Like, by the way, I'm actually cool and hang out with the guys that are interviewing me and the guys from Grind Mode. Now,
I almost got a DUI that night. That was fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
But,
did you?
Yeah, I don't want to get into that though. I shouldn't even mention it. But
that's okay. My girl and I got blocked in and got in a big ass fight in a parking lot. And meanwhile, I decided that I'm gonna go marching off angry across Rhode Island. She just hung out and waited all calm. They moved the car and she got out and drove away and called me like, "Where are you at?" I was in a pizza fucking place like 2 miles away. Like, I don't care, I'm mad.
Then the Jersey boy had some shitty Providence pizza, he said.
It was trash. It was definitely trash, but I don't care. I was fucking drunk.
And it's pizza, like how bad?
Dead ass. Like it's sex. Even when it's good, it's bad.
We ate Elios as kids, so
right, absolutely.
So,
Johnny,
well, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
no, go ahead.
Talked about the new project a little bit, but I feel like you recently just released that last project, right? It wasn't that long ago.
Diaries of a Local Lush. Yeah, that was December 4th.
Yeah, so it's only a couple months ago. I think that's great that you already almost have another project like in the works already. Talk a little bit about that project.
So Diaries of a Local Lush, actually it was a big Grind Mode that helped me with that. Even like talking to Lingo, AOK on the sides, coming to do the Cypher in Dallas and that shit. And they were like, if you worked on this, you really could do something with it, you know? And I was already putting together one song at a time, 2 songs at a time. I was putting together new songs for the Shape 45 contest that I was popping off in every week. So that shit got me motivated big time. And I actually started putting the fucking bottle down on weeknights and immersing myself with work. And it really helped with like my depression and fucking anxiety and my temper problems and shit. So I started just pumping out songs, like literally working nonstop until this song was done and then going to the next one instead of writing 17 loose verses, no consistent beat to it, you know, and just being a hot mess. So Diaries of Local Lush started as, you know, the first 4 tracks took me like 7 months. And then the last 4 tracks only took me like, I mean, the last, you know, like 10 tracks took me like 4 months. I just started banging them out.
So
with freestyles in between. I was dropping freestyles weekly for like 2-3 months straight too.
Yeah, that's a great way to like not only keep your social media popping, but to also keep you sharpening your sword and a lot of great things. Also, shout out to the link god AOK for tossing in the links. He's always got our back with that. Appreciate you.
Love is love, AOK.
Yeah, you guys can copy and paste those links and save them for when we get out of here in about a half hour. Also, guys, I want to let you know there's some Mickey Bourbon links in the description of this video. So you can also check out Mickey Bourbon and follow him on his social medias from there as well.
Yeah, get up on my IG, especially because I get banned from Facebook like fucking 30 days, and then I come back for 2 and get banned again. Just come to IG because the fuckery ensues.
Word. But do you guys know what time it is?
I know what time it is.
Pew, 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 motherfucker.
It's time for that rapid fire sponsored by Brawlers in Clothing.
Yes, sir.
So, as you know, as most of you know, if you haven't been here, we put 2 minutes on the clock. We're going to go off. We're going to ask some questions. Please only give us 1-word answers unless we ask you to elaborate, which we probably won't because we just don't.
Because we got 2 minutes. All right, man. You guys ready for some rapid fire? Drop some fucking GMEs. And if you guys have a good rapid fire, drop that now too. Pew pew details. All right, man. I'm gonna run the fucking clock. I'm just mentally prepping a couple questions because we're gonna fucking drill you with some. I hope you.
Please don't pause.
Super pause, but play at the same time. East Coast or West Coast hip hop?
East Coast.
Michael Jackson or Prince?
Prince.
Kanye, rapper or producer?
Producer.
Favorite rapper?
Jadakiss.
J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar.
J. Cole.
Favorite album from Jadakiss?
Why am I fucking drawing a blank? Kiss the game goodbye.
Daytime or nighttime?
Night.
Chicken wings. What do you call them? Legs or wings?
Are we doing drums, not flats?
Drums. Yes, drums or flats. That's what I meant.
Definitely drums.
The lyrics or the beats?
Lyrics.
Recording or performing?
Recording.
Jay-Z or Nas?
Nas.
PlayStation or Xbox?
Xbox.
Favorite rapper?
Pornhub.
Favorite Eminem album?
Shit. I would say that Marshall Mathers LP2.
Dr. Dre or Premier Beat?
Premier.
Favorite producer?
Who's my favorite producer?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, that put me off. Shit. I would probably say Premier.
Shit. Hot dogs and hamburgers.
Q-Tip's my favorite producer.
Oh, that's a good one. Hot dogs and hamburgers.
Hot dogs. I want Glizzy. Glizzy Gladiator.
When you're not bumping hip hop, what's one non-hip hop song that you bump?
What my non-hip hop song that I bump? I bump Ingrid Michaelson.
Jadakiss or Big L?
Jadakiss.
Fat Joe or nobody?
If he was still, I'd pick Fat Joe, but yesterday's price is not today's price, so I can't work with him.
Yo, it's AOK said favorite nostril to pick.
Definitely right. I'm righty. Just go right in. Path of least resistance.
I like it.
Sure.
You asked me favorite rapper twice. I just threw the Pornhub out there real quick. Pornhub.
The man said Glizzy Gladiator. Yeah.
Because once you got to commit. If you say hot dog, half the internet gonna be like, okay, all right, well, fuck it, Glizzy Gladiator. I don't give a fuck.
Breast milk or soy milk. My boy D.
Breast milk or definitely breast milk.
Breast milk.
Oh, I thought that said semen. I'm gonna say Yemen over Russia.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I'm not gonna pick semen. I'm gonna pick Russia.
Yeah.
Obviously, that dressing is better.
Shout out G Lyrical. What's up, G? What's up, Knowledge? Welcome.
Thanks,
welcome.
everybody.
Knowledge, bang, bang. Knowledge is my dude on that upcoming EP. Knowledge is definitely on there with me too, man.
Yeah, you worked with Knowledge and Mischief on their last album that they just put out together.
That's the road trip. Yep,
Yeah.
the road trip. And we actually have a full entire mixtape together. LJ Heist, Mischief, Knowledge, me, and Frankie V.
Dope.
That's coming up soon. We recorded it in 24 hours straight. We sent each other the beats beforehand. We drove down to Maryland, and me and Frankie V cranked it out for like 13 hours straight, writing and recording, and then did a show with them, and then came back to Knowledge's house, recorded 3 videos, and recorded more, and then left at 6 a.m. the next day and drove home.
That's incredible.
That's dope.
That's
Look, that's why I always say, look, there's rappers that are better than me. There's more talented guys musically than me. I will not be outworked. I will work until I fucking pass out.
Yeah, everyone in the fucking chat, listen, take fucking notes. That is what you're supposed to do. Hard work beats talent every fucking day of the week.
That ass.
So
that's right. Ask me. Ask me
be
about
talented and not work hard.
Right. We do.
Yep.
Shout out Lagoon. Shout out Crab Booms.
Yeah, Sonny from Bronx Tale, right? Wasted talent. I go by that. Wasted talent is one of the worst things to have in this life. To be talented and not work towards that. It's silly.
That and a heroin addiction.
Well, yeah, that's pretty bad too. I mean, if your talent is heroin, then I mean, you really going in good. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, YouTube just flagged this video too for that feeling.
What? I don't even have the fucking strap around my arm no more.
You say?
I literally took the belt off 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, right. I'm not nodding off. I'm just. Really
I'm not nodding. You're nodding.
It's not me falling asleep. It's you. So Mickey, if you could change one thing about the music industry the way it is today, maybe you just want it to go back to the old ways, like it was in the late 90s or something, or maybe there's something different.
To be honest, I don't. No, I think the biggest thing I would change is corporate hands in the cookie jar, influencing what gets played on the radio, what's on your billboard, what's in your kids' faces every day, instead of allowing your kids to develop a musical taste before allowing them to see what real hard work for music is. They literally pick, this is the brightest jewelry, fanciest car, and this kid's got a pretty face. Let's throw them everywhere. And unfortunately, that's the way American minds work, the world mind work. You know, wherever the most money's behind is going to win in the court of public opinion. So I would hate corporate hands being in there. I would love to just pull them out of it and put the real OG artists in charge, like the fucking Preems, the Large Professors, the Q-Tips. Put those guys in charge of the upcoming music. And obviously, you do have to get young minds in there. You can't just be an old head and be like, new hip hop is horrible. Right. No, some of it, you're just old and don't want to let go of your shit.
You know,
there's some talented dudes out there. Pop Smoke was talented. Juice WRLD was talented. Maybe their shit was a little bit steered towards what the industry was telling them, but we can't just blatantly as older heads be like, that shit's all trash. It's not. We just don't like it because we were raised into a certain thing.
Right.
Psychology tells me what you really enjoyed from 14 to 24 is the music you're going to really think is the best the rest of your life. Just the way it works.
Yeah, it's cool.
So
I think it was Chris Rock that said in one of his HBO specials, he was like, whatever music was playing when you started getting laid, that's the music you will listen to for the rest of your life.
That is dead ass.
Yo, real quick to bring it back, the OGs in music. It's like Snoop Dogg just bought Death Row Records from a.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The creative minds and the people who put in the work to make hip hop what it is should be the ones in control. That's why Snoop didn't own Death Row 20 years earlier when Suge was out or he was selling it and bankrupt and shit. Snoop should have gotten the first offer to buy it because he built that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not the way the world works, unfortunately. You know, it's just, you know, I think talent raises talent, talent breeds talent. So, you know, Death Row, obviously, look at it. It wasn't shit. And now Snoop's bought it. Watch what happens. And if Snoop owned it 10 years earlier, your YGs, your big names like that, they would have already been on Death Row. He would have been picking up those West Coast dudes that are popping like that. He probably would have had fucking Wiz Khalifa, you know, if it was soon enough.
Right.
So that's the vibe I'm on, to my personal opinion, is, you know, those are the gatekeepers. They should be they're the ones that definitely say who's got talent and who doesn't. They just don't control who's buying what, because large corporations always win.
For sure.
Every time.
Just to kind of move on from that a little bit. I know we kind of spoke about this offline, but if you had the means to, like, what are some things that you would like to do in your community to help uplift it?
So, I mean, I already do Otre. We already run like community outreach in Asbury and stuff. Some of the neighborhoods that I spent enough time with fuckery in, trying to give back to that because of all the bullshit I pulled there, you know. But yeah, we do like food outreach, addiction services outreach out there, clothing drives, jacket and coat drives. That was back in December. So I wish I could fund that more, and more so, like I volunteer with kids. I coach sports. I do youth sports. I try and do anything I can to keep kids from getting into the shit I started getting into at 12, fucking drug dealing and fighting and violence and playing with weapons, stupid shit. If I could fund that shit and get a community center going where, you know, it's half of like it's inexpensive thrift store where the money went back into the community instead of like, you know, where your Salvation Army, they actually are paying CEOs $500,000 a year. You know, it's supposed to be for people. I wish I could genuinely give back to the communities that way and give kids a safe space to go, because parents have to work till 6 p.m. at night. And just like I did, I was running the fucking streets all day. As literally, if I went to school, I would literally, the moment I got out, I would be on the fucking streets until 8 p.m. and my mom was home for 2 hours, worried sick, and I fucking show up in the house fucking blunted and fucking maybe a box cutter slice on my arm, just fucking wild. And that's what kids get into because they have nowhere to go, no outlet. That I wish I could provide that kind of safe space for kids.
That's awesome.
No,
I will one day. I 100% promise you, because that's what I've been driving towards. And the last outreach, there was maybe 60, 70 different vendors. It was massive. There was thousands of people throughout the day, not at once. But, you know, it was tons of people in and out. And they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it'll happen. That's bigger to me. That's as big to me as music, not bigger.
That's dope. So to segue off of that, you have a benefit / charity show coming up next month in March in Connecticut. Shout out to our Connecticut affiliates and Deucebug especially. Now you're working with Deucebug on this suicide awareness show on March 10th in Connecticut. You want to talk a little bit about that? Maybe some other
so I'm on a ticket with him. All proceeds go to charity suicide awareness. There's also another affiliated organization I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's literally a state-driven suicide mental health charity as well. I can get the link out. I'll share it on my IG within the next day. But Kenny sets these up, and the openers are actually Ren Thomas, homie from New Jersey, big love, and Copyright as well, where I'm going to be opening up for those legends and a handful of other heads on there, and everything goes to charity. Every single door fee, $15 a head, goes right to the charity.
So, now, do you know, I know you're performing in Connecticut. What city?
Shit, I remember off the top of my head because it fucks me up. I'm New Jersey, so
yeah, no worries.
We'll I want to say it's got something funky like Hamburg, something like that. I think it's Hamburg.
Okay, still in here. We'll have it shortly.
Yeah, it's literally the day before the GME Cypher that's in Mass.
Correct.
The next day. The 311 is the Cypher, 310 is my show that I'll be at. They're literally traveling to the next state, and you guys will be with Deuce Bug and them.
Right. Facts. Yeah, they have the so Grimo Cypher. We have the Austin trip coming up to Texas. And then following that in March is going to be another what, it's a Connecticut joint, or I thought it was Massachusetts.
It's Mass, Worcester, Mass, Electric Haze.
Okay, yes. Johnny, we're going to see you there as well.
Unfortunately, no, because it's on a Friday night. By the time I get out of work, I'll be like 2 hours late, and I'm not about to do that to Lingo. So.
Not about to be that dude filming your shit in the back of the building with nobody else.
Yeah, actually, I was mistaken. So the one before the Cypher is in April, and that is in Connecticut as well. I was originally on that bill at 415, and that's the one right around the Cypher, and that's the one where A+ and El Descense will be the headliners on that one. But yeah, I got moved to Ren Thomas show in March, so that's
working.
Yeah, always working. There's never a moment I'm not working. I mean, you see a lot of social media fuckery from there, but I mean, to me, that's actually working. The literally reaching out, even the memes. My girl's like, "Hey, you're fucking off on social media." Yeah, but you know how many people look at my page just for the fucking memes? So when I share an artist's fucking music, you know, most people aren't getting reach. I'm getting a ton of people looking at my memes all day. Guess what? They're also going to see when I shared, you know, one of the Grime Wave dudes' music, or I share a Cypher. So in my mind, that's keeping attention and focus to my page. So that's working.
Yeah, we literally talked about that earlier. So it's all about getting that interaction. Like it's an art form in itself. It really is. Like
So guys in the chat, I believe all these events just posted by Grimo's Cypher page in the chat. I believe these are all public events, if I'm not mistaken. So if you guys are in the area or within driving distance, traveling distance, check out the dates just dropped in the chat. Friday, March 11th, Worcester, Massachusetts, we have an event. The Friday, March 18th is the Austin, Texas. Friday.
Austin's a beautiful music city. I mean, the music energy in that city is one of the biggest of any city I've ever been in. They love music, hip hop, anything. Any music is huge. Blues, rock, metal is huge in Austin.
That's dope. Check it out. April 15th, Woodbridge, Connecticut. And that's the birthday show there, I guess, for the birthday boy. For sure. All right. So yeah, that's cool, man. Good shit. What's good, Big Coop? I'm just seeing you in here right now. Ron, what's good?
So,
Charles Dillon Meredith.
I don't know if we ever got into questions from the live chat. I didn't see any in there.
Curse of the Crypt.
Guys, damn, don't none of y'all give a fuck about me?
Yeah, they were asking questions during the rapid fire. I think they liked that. So they were popping some questions during that. Yeah, I really don't see any group questions from the chat. Now I know there's a slight delay, but guys, if you have any questions for Mickey, now is the time. We'll take a couple of those. In the meantime, you got anything, John?
Yeah, so if there's one thing about yourself as an artist that you could either like add or take away, or anything that can make yourself better as an artist, what do you think that would be?
Finding that one diamond in a rough young producer gem, like somebody who's got that creative and he's undiscovered in a fucking basement somewhere and he doesn't even have hopes and aspirations of going somewhere. Just clicking up with that kind of creative mind that's undiscovered and genius, not to tutor him, to develop myself around something new and something electric like that. That would be huge for me. As an artist, that's what I look for. You either got, a lot of producers and stuff, they're artists themselves. So they're going to push a little tinge of their style in you, which I don't mind that you learn like that. But I want somebody that's unmolded and found their own shit and just turns out to be a fucking savant and fucking Pro Tools. And it's just insanity. And that's something I would love to spark and be a part of.
Right. Light a whole new torch. Light a whole new torch in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
After David wants to know, what's your writing process like?
So it used to be because I wasn't a heavy until 2019 in that actual grind mode cypher. I didn't start taking it seriously. So my writing process would literally be I'd scribble in a notepad as I found a beat I really liked, and I'd write a whole verse out, and I didn't even know how to count bars then and shit. But now it's I can write to any song. So my writing process is headphones and pacing. I can't sit still. I'm a really hyper dude naturally. So I throw headphones in and I pace, and I learned how to use Notepad on iPhone. Thanks, Frankie V. Instead of fucking being an old man with my notepad and shit. So now I could walk with my phone. And if that song ain't working, I learned my writing process is don't fucking force it. That's when you start getting whack bars that don't fit, they don't sound good, or it doesn't sound like you. You could be trying to rap like somebody else because just stop it, move to the next song. Don't lose the creative spark while you have it because the song you're trying to write ain't working. Write something. And also my creative process is every single day I write something, even if I'm depressed and it could sound like shit. I'm gonna write 10 to 15 bars and I have like 700 throwaway, disgusting, horrible raps written down because it's a fucking muscle. You don't use that brain muscle and flex it with the rhyming and shit. It's going to turn to dust. You're going to sing into depression, 6 months of writer's block like I've had, and you can't get back up from that very easily. It takes a lot to get back up from that. So every single day is my writing process. Work, work, work. Work is 100% the best process you could have.
That's dope. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Some good advice in there, some tips. Yeah, do not force it. We all, you know, especially when you put it down for a little bit and you try to pick it back up, you're gonna get hit with those blocks and stuff too.
Yeah.
And from the lack of being inspired and shit. And sometimes we try to fight through that, and the result of that sometimes could be some subpar material. The point is that you got to get through and push through that. After you push through your block, and your creativity will come back when the time is right. Big Coop says he's old school, pad and pen. Ron says not a question but a statement. Mickey Bourbon has gotten 100% better at each cipher, and salute for that, he says.
Hey, love is love, my dude. That's the main goal. I'm literally not cool enough to say I'm the dopest ever, but I could be dopest ever, and that's what I'm working towards.
Dope.
I know I could be there. I'm nowhere near there, but guess what? I'll work tomorrow and try to be.
And with the work that you put in, you have a better chance to get there than the motherfucker that doesn't do shit. So,
absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Peace to you, Over. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw that. Giving some love to Johnny there for his last video because
that freestyle was nice, my guy.
Not only are we interviewees, we are also MCs as well. Interviewers, we're not the interviewees, but you got the point. Charles Dillon Meredith said, good cipher though. He was referring to the Beast from the East joint we played.
Hey, mad love.
Yeah, I do have another cipher verse lined up that we could play. We still got about 8 minutes left. I don't know if you want to play that cipher verse.
Yeah, we only have two more questions left anyway. So if you want to play that quick, we can, and then we'll wrap it up because it doesn't seem like everyone's got any more questions.
All right, let's do it.
That's goodie for me.
All right, I believe I played the.
I'm out of whiskey, so.
Beast from the East. Oh man, come on now. All right, here we go. Give me 1 second. Let me come back and.
Ain't built to dumb it down. It ain't part of my chemistry.
When you kind pick a minute, I had a little epiphany. These dudes trying to get at me, consume the room with little dick energy. I mean, for them to be sick of me, I guess that means they sit and listen and piss, cause they wished it was me. Go to talk, get off my cock, boy, that hickory dickory. Hope you rot Oregon Trail and die from the dysentery. Y'all was sitting on the throne while the king was off the war. As soon as I return, we just keeping it warm. This for my hood kids doing biz in the priz, or in the programs of the white kids with my likeness on that white shit, the Lindsay Lohan's. Goku's in the go hands who throw hands. When it's beef, they on your street or in your crib like they bro, man. I don't even know, man. Why these clowns remain on top with no direction, stuck and stressing like a too late always stop. With bourbon flame on, I freaking see the challenger burn you like a dessert and blame Marie Calendar. I roll.
Yeah.
For sure. I agree, Affidavit. That flow is fire.
Produced by Lingo.
Yes, that beat was nasty too. For that to have like almost like the actual fucking xylophone knock on it, it sounds almost like a kid, but it's actually sinister. That was fucking. That's the fucking nice workup right there.
Big facts. What cipher number was that for you?
I think 8, 9. I think it was 9. Yeah, because I did 2 in Smokelahoma, 1 in Dallas. I did. I think that's 8 or 9 now.
Nice, my guy, climbing on up the rank.
Frankie's like fucking 50 now.
Yeah, some of them are untouchable, bro. They got some of them you ain't touching them. But nah, it's all right though. It's like Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
Check it out. So, Johnny, go ahead. I know we got a couple left. Go ahead, Johnny.
So I guess we'll ask the table question. So you're at a restaurant, right? And there's 6 chairs. You're sitting in one of those chairs, and in those other chairs are anyone from any walk of life. Could be dead, alive, could be a cartoon character, or like a actor, or a person that actor is portraying. Who are those people that are at this table with you? Who do you want to chop it up with?
Pre-face surgery, Lil' Kim. That'd be cool. Not fucked up Lil' Kim would be good. But seriously, I would definitely love to chop it up with Biggie, because there's just something there that is not in these new artists. That's just that's natural talent that just the work came after. That's a beautiful thing. I definitely would love to sit down with Martin Scorsese. The guy is an incredible writing genius, and I aspire on that level too. I write poetry. I write way more than just music. So that's a huge mind to me to sit down and speak to. Definitely a huge fan of Neil deGrasse Tyson. The guy is incredibly fucking smart, so I would love to hear his takes on some things. Jimmy Iovine, I really would love to pick his brain on music, especially this day and age. He probably would think of a really gifted way to get in without selling into a corporate structure and not, becoming an independent phenomenon like Webby. Webby worked his way up, but he became an independent phenomena. More of the exception, not the rule, so I would love to pick his brain on that. I definitely would love K-Slay. I love K-Slay. That guy, musically, I think he can find artists better than anybody. I think that he can pick out tracks better than anybody. And I think that he can just do whatever the fuck he wants with music and be like, I don't give a fuck if that's popping right now or not. And the streets still love it and respect it. And then we got a 5th chair, right?
Yeah.
We got a 5th chair. You know what? I think it would be Mark Cuban. Because that guy, even though he is a fucking almost billionaire, he still does tons of things for charity. He still helps certain people out, you know what I mean, in ways that other capitalist structures don't. And I would love to pick his brain because, first and foremost, I'm always a guy trying to fucking make money one way or the other. I always respect and love the art, but you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'll sell you the sneakers off my feet if you like them and you got the right price. So I would love to pick his brain too.
Yeah, for sure. He's the perfect person for that. One of the sharks. So one thing.
Because I said Lil' Kim at first. Tyler Durden from Fight Club.
Oh, there you go.
Now replace that with my wise ass comment in the beginning.
Right. So it's Brad Pitt and how does that work?
Not Brad Pitt. No, literally, yeah, the Tyler Durden one, the actual character. You said dead or alive, all walks of life.
Right. But isn't he there too by default because that was just part of his subconscious?
No, I don't care. Imaginary characters, cartoon characters, same fucking thing. Hey, Ed Norton thought he was real. The movie thought he was real. I think he's real.
I think that was one of the best twists in a movie still.
Sixth Sense, maybe second place.
Yeah, to that. Yeah. And then you had the old head in the box in 7.
That was pretty. Yeah. No, the MTV Movie Awards ruined that for me because I didn't see the movie yet, and they did a fucking spin-off on it, and I was like, "Why is this so funny?" And then I put 2 and 2 together, like motherfucker. I got like a half hour into the movie, and I'm like, "Oh man, they're gonna do that shit."
It's gonna be the head in the box. Yeah, I think Johnny, you had something to say.
No, I know you said it as a joke, but I one thing I thought was interesting is how you were like, oh, pre-surgery Kim. Like no one's like picked like a decade of somebody. Like so like that was kind of interesting to me.
Yeah.
You know why? Because actually, you know what? like I do take like mental illness very seriously, and I think self-image getting into that depth, and I'm no psychiatrist, so maybe I shouldn't try to analyze this, but for her to mutilate such a beautiful face and body, it actually would be interesting to sit down and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what inspired you to do that when you were so fucking perfect? In my mind, I mean, I cranked one out to that fucking CD cover when it came out. There was no Pornhub, my guy. I had that CD tucked under my arm, hustling to the bathroom with pants at my ankles.
I had the little Kim poster where she's like in the cloud or some shit. I can't really remember.
No, she had the fur on with the bearskin rug and the legs. Yep. The roses in the background. That's the one I cranked it off to, my guy.
That's why that's why you remembered it down to the T.
I remember that shit vividly, dead ass. I literally tossed Mom's Victoria's Secret catalog in the trash. Like, we got new material.
Big facts. This is out and with the new. Mickey Bourbon, give the people some links where they can find you, and any last shout outs you may have.
So YouTube, Mickey Bourbon. I mean, that's literally the custom link I got. It's literally Mickey Bourbon. Definitely catch me on Instagram at Mickey Bourbon 13. On Facebook, look for OTRE. That's the company on the Rocks Entertainment. Otre Legends Only, as me and the homie Tony do. The homie 730 from New Jersey. You're gonna be seeing a lot more of him. We working with him now, and he's pushing into music big. He crazy unique voice. And don't even bother looking just Mickey Bourbon up on Facebook, because I'm fucking banned. They're fucking corny. I roasted a rapper like a month and a half ago, and I ain't gonna name him, but somebody reported that shit is bullying. It's fucking rap. We're all bullies.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
But either way, somebody reported me as bullying.
It hasn't been our platform for a long time, bro. We all know.
Yeah, I know. Definitely. Once they needed that shit for political fucking push, it was gone. But don't matter. Catch me on IG at Mickey Bourbon 13. Also, in the cut from Duck City and I are literally in the next week or so dropping music. Tune in to Sunday Night Grind this week.
Hell yeah.
Me and the homie are dropping a fucking song together, and we both street, we both fucking gritty, and he's got a nasty flow.
Right. Hey guys, on that note, I want to say please tune in to Sunday Night Grind right here on the same channel every Sunday night at 9 p.m. is the start of that. You can also send in some music to be reviewed, a friend of yours or your own, if you'd like to do that, or you can just check out the Dope Show and find some dope new underground artists. All right, guys, Mickey, I really appreciate your time, man. Thank you for joining us.
I appreciate you guys having me. It's humbling.
Of course, bro. Volume 34 of motherfucking Behind the Grind is a wrap. Johnny, say peace to the people.
I just want to say thanks for Mickey Bourbon to kicking it with us. Definitely appreciate it. He's got the GOAT rap name.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whiskey God.
But I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that has kicked it with us in the live chat and stayed with us. So keep coming. In a couple weeks, we'll have someone else for you guys.
Big fact.
Otre, Legends Only.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Peace
Love
out.
love, fellas.
Volume 35 coming soon.
Oh, GME FTR.
Always. Peace.
And if you don't like GME, fuck your mom.